What's up, traders? Zach here from the Trading Network. I hope you guys are doing well and that you are ready for another week in the markets. I am back with yet another weekly market profile forecast for both the ES and NQ futures markets. And for those of you guys new to the channel and new to this video series, welcome first and foremost. And secondly, what we do in this video series is we discuss key levels, major inflection points, and trade ideas based on market profile analysis, both on a session and weekly basis for the coming week. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with the NQ session profile, as we do very often, and I'm just going to point out some key levels and inflection points once again that I will be looking at moving into the start of this week. Now, you can see we're currently trading at 15,672, and that is going to be very close right above the low from Friday, right? So if I zoom in here on the profile, each one of these pink profiles represents a regular trading hour session, and each one of these blue profiles represents an overnight session. So this is essentially 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time, and this is anything or everything in between that. So what I'll be looking at first and foremost is the reaction to Friday's low. We have a naked POC right down here at 15,653, which is the POC from Thursday. And that POC is, in my opinion, a very likely level to be touched. So what I will be looking at is, we could really create a zone between Friday's low and this POC on Thursday. And my thought would be if we break 15,650, we're very likely to see a move down into the initial balance high at 15,620, and if 620 breaks, I like a move down into the overnight high from the 12th into 13th session, and we could also create a little zone between that overnight high and the value area low from Thursday at 15,570. So break below POC, first target to the downside would be 619, break below 619, next target to the downside would be this zone between 581 and 571. We also have Thursday's low lining up with the same overnight profiles POC at 544, so you could look to this level for further downside, as well as these subsequent levels down here if we do get some pretty significant downside pressure of about 200 plus points. Now, if Friday's low and Thursday's POC holds as support, I will be looking for a move back up, of course, into 683, 680. Once again, we could create a little zone there. And you can see how when I observe multiple market profile levels that are stacking up, I'm always marking those off and creating zones with those. It is important to just keep in mind and stay flexible that, especially if there are multiple levels from the profile close by, that level could be, or should be, in my opinion, viewed as a liquidity zone as opposed to a static line. Now, move above 683, you can see we have the overnight POC from Thursday into Friday at 15,710, and a move above that likely gets us a move into the value area low from Friday at 723, and then we've got some nice levels higher. The highs from Thursday's regular trading hour session, Thursday into Friday overnight high, and then the Friday high at 15,760 is a very likely area if we do see that upside pressure. So watch this zone, most importantly. The reaction, in my opinion, to this zone between 650 and 665, basically, is going to be very telling whether or not we start the week bullish or whether we start the week bearish. Now, of course, we could start the week neither bullish or bearish, and we could kind of just range, in this area. But it's important to stay flexible, and those would be the levels that I'm going to be paying most attention to moving forward. Now, from a weekly profile perspective, we are actually quite bullish as we are holding above the highs from the last 4 weeks, and we're also above the value area high from last week as well. So if we can once again hold above 620, or even if we come back down, test this area, use that as support, I think that it's very likely that we work our way back up to the prior week high at 15,857, right? So this is going to be a very, very important area to pay attention to, and I think we're very likely to get some movement up there if we can hold 620. Yes, I know that is, 200 plus points away, but that is where I will be looking if buyers hold this level as support especially. Now we're going to move on over into ES, and as we typically see, ES and NQ are very similar, right? They move in tandem. So we're actually hanging out below Friday's low at the moment on ES, and we are also below the point of control on ES from Thursday as well. So there's a slight difference in that this point of control from Thursday is not naked, as we did indeed tap it in Friday's session on ES. So the next naked point of control we have to the downside is 45.0950, and that is the POC from last Wednesday, okay? So if we get further downside pressure on ES, my main areas that I'm going to be looking at are 45.23, 45.21, 45.15-ish, which is, this zone between the value area high from Wednesday and the overnight high from Tuesday into Wednesday. And then if we break that 45.15 level, I'll look for a move into 45.09. And once again, we have great confluence there with Wednesday's point of control, as well as the Wednesday into Thursday overnight low. There's just a 1 tick difference between these two levels. So I'll just zoom in here so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. Here is the overnight low from Wednesday into Thursday, 45.0975. And here is the point of control from Wednesday's regular trading hour session at 45.0950. So just to be very clear here and remind you guys, or teach you guys if you guys are new to the profile, this is where the most trading activity took place in the entire session on Wednesday, and that ended up being the overnight low in the subsequent session as well. So very, very important level. We could get a move down here and test that. But if we don't, on the upside, I'll be looking for a move back into Friday's value area low, 45.37. If we can move and hold above that, look for a move to 45.41. Great confluence between Thursday's value high and the overnight POC from Thursday into Friday. And then if we move above 45.40, you can see that we've got 45.47 That's the POC for Friday. And then we have a lot of confluence between 45.51 and 45.53 which is the regular trading hours high from Thursday. It is the overnight high from Thursday into Friday, and it is the value area high from Friday as well. So very, very important level. Break above 50.52 likely gets us a retest of Friday's high. And if we can get above Friday's high, very likely we see continued upside price action. So let us dive into the ES weekly profile. A little bit of a difference on the weekly profile as well. We are above the point of control. We are above several of our prior weekly highs, basically going from, June 16th all the way to July 7th. And the big difference that I'm seeing here is that we are not above value high on the weekly profile on ES. So just quickly moving back to NQ, you can see this is the value area high, 15,623. We are trading above it currently. And the value area high on ES is actually lined up with the weekly high. So we would have to move above 45.60, basically, which is a very, very important level overall. So that would be my thought. Break below 45.09 on a more macro scale, move into these prior levels very likely. 44.90, if that breaks 44.70, if that breaks 44.50-ish, 44.45-ish is where I would be looking. We've got the monthly volume composite POC 44.45 as well. So good confluence down here in this area if we do see sellers step in. Now, with all that said, let's hop on over to the weekly candlestick chart. I'll just do a quick check-in on that side of things, and we will start to wrap things up. All right. So what I am looking at now, is really the same structure that we've been looking at for a very long time. I've been talking about this weekly bull flag for quite some time, and it is playing out swimmingly, at least thus far. Yes, it is likely going to take a very long time for it to play out, but the structure is absolutely beautiful, if I do say so myself. This is basically a measured move on the weekly to 20,000 price point of NQ. Does that mean that we're going to go straight to 20,000? Of course not. We are very likely to have pullbacks along the way. I personally think it would be quite healthy for us to get a pullback, even into this weekly opportunity zone back around like 14K. Maybe we get continued upside. Maybe the op zone moves up and, we are higher as price pulls back into the opportunity zone. But I think it's only a matter of time before we do see some selling pressure back into this op zone. But bulls are in control, and we have to go by that. We have to be flexible, and we have to allow the market to tell us what to do instead of forcing our view or imposing our opinion on the market. So with the NQ and ES weekly charts, they're very, very similar. A lot is, unchanged other than the fact that we have broken out of that range that we were in for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Okay, so we have broken structure one more time. If we do see continued upside, just to give you an idea, this is an area that I would be looking at. This like 4630 level on ES is where I would look for further upside. You can see we have a wick from April 22nd or April 2022 rather. And then we also have a swing high up here from September 2021. So that is the area that I would be looking at if we do get further upside, basically between 4620, 4630 on ES. And just going back to NQ real quick, that would be an area of, let's see, 16.2K. I like quite a bit. And then if we get a little bit higher, I would look for move to like 16.5K on a more macro scale. So that's what I'm going to be paying attention to. That's what I'm going to be looking at as far as, candlestick chart analysis. But when it comes down to it, I really put a lot of weight on the weekly market profile levels, but I use both in tandem because they both combined give me a stronger edge. And that is really what it's all about, just putting as much probability on our side as possible. So with all that said, guys, I'm going to wrap things up. I want to, as always, thank you for taking the time to watch this content. If you do find value in these videos, I would greatly appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and click that bell notification to be notified every single time we post videos here on the channel. If you guys want to learn more about what we do at The Trading Network, please check out our website, thetradingnetwork.io, where you can purchase access to our most popular offering, the TTN Pro Trader Bundle, which consists of lifetime access to our private Discord, where we live stream our trading every single day, Monday through Friday, starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The bundle also includes access to our Fundamentals of Futures Trading course, where we teach the strategies that we trade on a daily basis in our live stream in our community. And last but not least, it includes our proprietary indicator package, which consists of the tools that coincide with the strategies that we teach in the Fundamentals course. Now, if you guys are looking for a more specific, tailored, and catered experience to your strengths and weaknesses as a trader, I also offer one-on-one mentorship, which you can sign up for a free 15-minute consultation with me to see if mentorship is indeed a good fit for you. If you guys have any questions about any of the analysis, any comments about any of the analysis, please feel free, drop them down below in the comments. If you have any questions about anything on our website or any of the products I have discussed, don't hesitate to shoot us an email at info@thetradingnetwork.io or shoot us a DM on Instagram, and we will get back to you and help any way that we possibly can. Thank you guys one more time. I appreciate your time very much, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.